This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is Home Talk USA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world as Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HometalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HometalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Yay! Welcome, America. That's right, to the Invent America show, part of the Home Talk USA radio family. Don't forget, we are streaming live on the World Wide Web at HometalkUSA.com. And now I'd like to welcome my co-hosts and my sidekick, the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. Hey, Miss Rita, how you doing this week?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Didn't we just talk? I tell you, I keep saying this every week. It's just that we sign off on the air in the last week, and it's the week just flies by, man.
It does. It is amazing how fast a Monday rolls around. And, we get done with the one show, and we're working on the next topics. And every time we're talking to an inventor, I will come up with another one or two topics for the next show. We've got topics running out for our inventors through Labor Day.
Well,
because there's so much good stuff for inventors.
Yeah. Now, before we get into our show this week, which basically we're going to focus on how to pick the best trade show, right? That's going to be our topic?
Right.
Okay. Right. Before we get into that, though, I do want to thank our buddy, Mr. Ron Angstad, President and CEO of Rapid Pro. As you're just tuning in from the last hour, we kept Ron the whole hour to talk about the three things that we talk about on this show: product design and engineering, prototyping and testing, and intellectual property protection. Basically, what the Invent America show is all about is these three things, and we had a great time with Mr. Ron. And you have a great relationship, and you knew this company for years, right?
I know. I have known these guys for a long, long time. They have done wonderful work for inventors and getting products into the marketplace. So I'm so glad that he was on and had the chance then to really, really get deep into the topic, because this is a big spot for the inventors. They always say, well, I have an idea, I'll get a patent, but now what? Well, at the point where Rapid Pro steps in and says, okay, now let's make sure that you're ready for the marketplace. And they're wonderful. They do a great job.
Yeah, especially when you can do something from start to finish. But, hey, talk about this week's show, how to pick that best trade show. That's our theme, right?
That is our theme. And, we get to the point where marketing dollars, and this is where I came, started getting focused on this topic, was I would get people say, well, I want to hire a marketing team. And it's like, just put your money in a bucket and burn it. It's like, how do you get your product out there best? And it's to go to a professional trade show. But then how do you pick? And somebody says, well, I'll go to that, inventor licensing show. It's like, no, that's the same. That's just, a different bucket that you're burning your money in, because it's a feeding frenzy and the inventor is the main course. You need to pick the show that's best for your product. So it's an industry show and a professional show, not a consumer show. So we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. So So give us a little sneak peek of our guest this week.
All right, so Cynthia Duncan has been going to the National Hardware Show with Inventor Lady for over a decade, and she works directly with the inventors. So her expertise is on what is the inventor looking for and how do they go about asking the questions. And so she's got kind of this crafty little way of bringing up the topic of, getting the inventor ready for licensing and the questions that she will ask. Then our next one is Mike Acosta, and he has invented a product. He had gone to the National Hardware Show, but he goes to all kinds of different shows with his product. It is a product for swimming pools, and he is an excellent source at picking different types of trade shows. And then Michael Miller is our expert on picking trade shows, and he likewise has gone to many, many different types of shows, has a lot of expertise on helping an inventor walk through what are the best resources in looking at trade shows.
Wow. So we got, I love Michael. Michael comes on about every third or fourth week and give us an update what's going on as that product expert. You're a product expert, right? Right, exactly. And, we could spend 2 or 3 hours on this show alone. So there's a lot of substance to this topic because it is the best use of marketing dollars. So when I get, what about, crowdfunding? We're going to do a show on crowdfunding. Well, what about angels? Well, we already did that one. Well, what about this? And so what we do is we try to, take those apart. But picking the proper trade show is the best use of marketing dollars. You will learn more in 3 days than you can in 6 months. It's trying to provide that blueprint, that map from start to finish, from the time you got that idea in your head and walking you, through the steps,
I've had it.
I'm sorry.
I've had inventors, they don't know if they want to cry or yell when they get to the point of trying to sell their products and they realize that marketing and selling are harder than everything else.
Yeah. I remember 4 weeks ago we threw a wrench, something had happened on this show about the insurance part of this, because now you're developing a product, but then there's some other things, some factors you need to investigate, which would be the product insurance or the product liability insurance, which could come in a big play. So you want to put that whole picture together, right?
Exactly. The more you know up front, the better business decisions you will make. And when somebody says, I hired this scoundrel company out there and paid them $10,000 to do it, they sell the idea that they're going to do everything. But no company can do everything.
You're right.
Because you're making decisions based on the information you gathered at the last step.
Now, Rita,
so it's a step-by-step.
Rita, what is your website again? I want to throw that in right quick before we take a short break.
It is inventorlady.com.
And the reason why I say that, because we can only cover so much information with the limited time that we have, and that's the point. But our listeners can contact you directly, not just the inventors themselves, but our listening audience themselves can contact you, right?
Absolutely. And we've had a lot of people that have sent me emails saying, I would like to get this product. Yeah. And so there's times when the product's for sale, and I shoot them off to the inventor so that they can get the right link. I'll say it's available at this place or that place. But for the inventors out there who have questions all they need to do is log into the Inventors Roundtable. The meetings are always virtual, and it's really open then for inventors to be able, it's kind of the call-in part of the show.
All right, we're going to take a short break. There's the music. When we come back, we're going to have our first guest. It's going to be on this show here at the Invent America radio program, Invent America. I am the Cajun host, the Cajun contractor, along with my sidekick and my co-host, Rita Crompton, the Inventor Lady. And sometimes I get talked too fast, but she's on the line right now with me. And we're going to help you out, give you some real good information on how to get your product to market and the whole step right here on Home Talk USA, streaming live on the World Wide Web at HomeTalkUSA.com. I'm the Cajun Contractor. Me and Rita will be right back. Yay!
to Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Don't forget, we are streaming live on the World Wide Web at the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. Now, Rita, who's our first guest?
Our first guest is my dear friend Cynthia Duncan, and Cindy is the inventor of Hotyz 2-in-1 Chaps. But the big thing is Cindy has been going with us to the National Hardware Show for 10-plus years and working with brand-new attendees, our inventors, to understand what is going on at a trade show and what they're looking for, the kind of, intel they're trying to gather. So when, Cindy, thank you so much for joining us. So first of all, tell us a little bit about Hotyz and what it is.
Well, Hotyz is a chap that if you wear them, you're able to interchange and insert, which is basically in the crotch area. So it allows you to change your pants look, and it also allows you to be able to go to the restroom facilities anywhere a much easier way for women, which is harder than men.
Yeah. No kidding. So when you go to the trade show, you take our inventors by the hand and show them through the steps. What do you do, and what are they looking for?
All right. Well, what I first do is I find out if they have had experience in that so they know what to look for when we can't be with them and they have the opportunity to take their time to go to the different booths and the people that are in person there. So I explained to them about the approach of the booth, who's working the booth, and who they want to target when they go there for whatever it is they need, whether it's the packaging, distribution, whatever their wants are to be successful by going to the trade show.
So why is a trade show a good option as opposed to so many of the other things out there that are actually more expensive?
Well, this is what I tell people that I encounter also as I'm working the floor. Booths are very expensive, and exposure is what you're looking for. And with our booth, you have constant videos running so people know where we are, what our products are. And when you get a booth on your own, you pay the full price. Plus, you're going to have to pay, if you want to be more successful, for the videos yourself. You won't get as much exposure. And we have people there with other products who, when you are on the floor trying to advertise your product and meet the contacts you need with people that you would have to call on the phone and get hung up on when you're trying to reach the important person of a company, they can show your product while you're gone. So that's an important part of it.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. It's like going to a trade show is not just about being in the booth. It's about being able to work the floor as well.
That's right. And you have to know what you're doing so you get your bang for your buck.
Exactly. So if I get so many inventors like, well, I went and when we're walking around, we see people that are sitting at a table. They're just sitting there. They might be looking at their phone. They're not engaging with people. Going to a trade show is all about engagement.
Absolutely. And the people, if they don't show an interest in their own product when you're walking by them, that sends a signal that I'm not interested in what they're here for. So you have to be engaged, and you have to make the contacts, and you have to let people know, hey, I'm really into this product because it's wonderful, and this is what I want you to have and you want to have.
I know, it's so funny because I'll get inventors that are signed up to go with us and say, well, are you going to have chairs to set? And I said, no, we don't sit in our booth. We work in our booth. If you want to sit down, you need to go, someplace else and sit down. There's plenty of places that have chairs, but it's like, no, we're not sitting here. We're working. And, when they start going around then and they'll come back and they go, okay, now we're starting to understand. The people who were sitting, I didn't engage with. The people who came out and got me were easier to talk to.
Yes, that's absolutely right. And the interesting thing to that, too, is it's the mindset. When you're not at the trade show, you can have a mindset about sitting or wishing, but when you're at the trade show, even when you go someplace to sit, the people around you are contacts. And it's much easier to engage in conversation with them, and they're more open because they're relaxed and they just want to chat. So even when you sit, there are people that might be the very person you want to talk to.
You're right, and you never know. The other thing that we've learned to do is if you see somebody with one of those big TV cameras and a crew around them, it's like, okay, those are the people you're going to, literally run into at the next intersection because you want to get their attention and say, oh, come to the booth, see my product. I've got a new product that I'm launching. Engagement at a show is very strategic. I always tell people it's like, you stand right on the edge and you say, oh, what brings you to the show? Oh, what are you doing here? Oh, do you have a new product? So that you start a conversation with them.
That's right.
And then you can walk in to tell them about your product. Oh, this is what I'm doing here. A show is all about engagement.
Yes, it's perfectly said, Rita.
Oh, thank you, Cindy. So we are looking forward to having you in our booth with us, educating our new inventors when it comes around next April. And being able to so many of the inventors are like, well, I don't really know what to do. And that's what we teach them is what do they do? How do they engage? What are the questions to ask? And time is precious at a trade show, and we want to engage as many people as possible.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
You're right. Rita, is that it's good to have somebody with kind of experience to share their thoughts to these young inventors also,
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
thing about it, for inventors, you have something to contribute. And with every inventor I have met, I have learned. And the way they think is also probably a thought process that you haven't gone through and may help you on your trail to be successful. And that's true. Everyone has contribution and knowledge.
Very well said. Hey, Cynthia, how do we learn more about you? Hey, Rita, how can we learn more about Cynthia Duncan and her product?
Well, there is a YouTube video for her product, and so if you go to YouTube and type in Hotyz, Hotyz, you'll be able to see a video. It comes up with Cynthia's name on it. And the other option is go to Inventor Lady and say, hey, I want to see a video about those Hotyz, and I'll send you the link.
You got it. All right, we're going to take a short break. Cynthia, thank you for being our guest.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, we got to step away. Got to pay some bills here on the Home Talk USA radio program. We want to hope you will continue listening to the Invent America show on our network here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network, along with my sidekick and show host, Rita Crompton, the Inventor Lady. We're going to step away, and we're going to be right back. Me and Rita. Yay!
Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
All right, welcome back to the show, along with my sidekick and show host, the Inventor Lady herself. I want to welcome all of you Don't forget, please visit our website at hometalkusa.com for all the information of Home Talk USA and the Invent America part of our show. Rita, who's our next guest?
Our next guest is Mike Acosta. He invented a product called Mickey's Quick Coupler, and it is used, or it started out being used, in fixing broken parts in a swimming pool, but now it can be used in irrigation systems, in-ground sprinkler systems, water systems in homes or industrial use. So he is selling this product like crazy across U.S. and Canada. And so, Mike, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome, Rita. Good to hear you.
And so tell us a little bit more detail about Mickey's Quick Coupler.
Well, years ago, I broke a fitting on my pool in Arizona there. And normally, a lot of guys have done a lot of PVC plumbing, white plastic pipe. When you break one of those threaded fittings, you've got to cut the pipe, pull the old one out, put a new one on, glue everything back together. And, of course, down here in Phoenix, it can be 110 degrees out. You don't want to be on your knees for an hour or so. And the pool guys down here normally charge, $200-$300 to do that. And when mine broke, I thought, there's got to be a better way to do this. So I made a two-piece coupler, and it goes on in just a minute. Every time I put one on, I kind of laugh. I laugh at myself. Why didn't we do this years ago? It's so simple. And when I put mine on, my pool guy came over and looked at it, and it just kind of blew up from there in the Phoenix area. A lot of pool guys down here started using it, and it's all over the country now.
That's so cool. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, no kidding. So you've gone to the National Hardware Show, but you go to a lot of different professional shows. Tell us about some of those other shows that you go to.
Yes, in my case, right now we're just building for pools equipment. So there are national pool shows across the country. There's one in Las Vegas last October. There was just one in Long Beach, California a few months ago. And all the major players in the game, Pentair, Hayward, Jandy, Fluidra, all the big pool guys go to these shows. So it's a place where I can go and they can see it and they put their hands on it. They can see it work, and it's been great.
Well, in 21, your coupler was voted most innovative product in the pool industry. That's a pretty good.
Yes, it was a surprise to me. Some folks in Texas had seen it and used mine, and I got a call that they wanted me down in the show, and I thought, why do I want to go to Texas? Well, I went down, and surprised me, it was voted most innovative product of the year in the pool industry, and it's still growing today.
Yeah, you can ride that for a few more years, right?
I hope so. I wish I would have done this when I was 30 years old.
Oh, I know. I understand. So, there is a professional show, and you're a good example of picking now the show that best fits your product. And as you kind of grow it and work it out into then more of the home systems and irrigation systems, then you certainly would want to come back to the National Hardware Show with us. But there is a professional show for every industry, and I've been to the National Asphalt Show. Who would have thought, right? Wasn't very big, but it was very productive. So when I tell inventors, find the show that is specific for your industry, that is a professional show.
Right. There's so many shows out there, and depending on what you're building, what you're making, what you're trying to get out there, you need to customize it for your area. I'd suggest going looking in your area first. If you've got a 2-ton truck, you obviously can't pack that around the country very easy. In my case, mine is pretty small. I can put it in a suitcase, and I can go anywhere with it. So I'm pretty fortunate there. But there are pool shows everywhere across the country. You just need to look up in your specific area what you're trying to sell, or who you're trying to market it to, and get on there and look.
Well, one of the suggestions that I've had for a lot of inventors when they've asked me, how do I find the right show? Is there a database for it? It's like, well, no, there's not a national database for a show that you'd want to look through. But you could call then a place, someone who would be a reseller of your product or someone who would be an installer, and say, what shows do you go to? Or what shows does your boss go to? And you start narrowing down then the options by just asking the people who would go to the show.
Right, that's correct. get it out there first and start getting feelers out, talking to folks that would use your product. Where do they go? Where do they buy? What suppliers do you use? What companies are involved? And you can spend a little bit of time finding that out and start touching bases with those groups. And before too long, a person will find out where you need to go first.
Well, and that's a really good point, because when you're starting to call and talk to people, you are making relationships. You're starting to build then awareness of your product. And so when you say, okay, well, who is your supplier? And they say, well, what do you have? And you've been able to tell now an Ace Hardware store owner what you've got. And they go, oh, that's kind of cool. Talk to John over here. And you say, John, what trade shows do you go to? But I've already got a guy who's interested in being a buyer. So, let's move this product along. Those are really good contacts to start developing. And it's so much faster. I always tell my inventors, it's like, you can't hire a marketing firm to do what you need to do, where you need to stand eye to eye with someone and talk to them.
That's right. That's right. In my case, people don't know what my part does until they have their hands on it. They've seen it. I've got some videos on my website. But until I'm a little old-fashioned, I want my hands on. I want to try it and see, this guy just blowing smoke, or is this for real, or what is this? And I think in my case, just the pool repair guys have seen it, and he talks amongst themselves. I've got calls from Florida. Right. Hey, so-and-so in Phoenix have told me about your product. I want some.
All right, we got to break away right quick. We got to run up against the clock here. Hard break. Hey, Rita, how can we learn more about Mike?
All right. You can go to Mickey's Quick Coupler, and it's mickey'squickcoupler.com, or you can, send me an email. I'll send you the information. Love to hear from everybody.
All right. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back with another guest, another topic, right here on the Home Talk Radio Network, Home Talk USA, on the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. Along with Rita, we'll be right back. Yay!
Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hey, welcome back. Don't forget, we are streaming live on the World Wide Web at the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. And after the show airs, you can go to our website at HomeTalkUSA.com. And you can also catch our archives on that website. All right, this is my Rita. This is my favorite part of the show. When every now and then we get Michael Miller on, your product expert, and I understand he's on the line right now. Huh, Rita?
Michael is on the line, and whenever I have a problem, I go to Michael. So, Michael, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you guys very much for having me.
So today's topic is professional trade shows. So you tell us your point of view. Why is a professional trade show so valuable, and so much more valuable than some of the other things inventors can waste money on?
Absolutely. The number one thing about trade shows is that you have everybody at one location, that you're actually able to meet with them personally. The stores, your Lowe's, your Home Depot representatives, Walmart, Petco, PetSmart, whatever trade show you're at, those retailers are going to be there. And then you have all the companies who have both competitive products of something that you've come up with or companies that you might want to possibly license your product to. And they're all there and, basically able to talk with you, and you're able to go to talk with them.
And inventors, they can actually go with different tasks in mind at different stages. Early inventor can go kind of doing reconnaissance. What are the other products out there? What are the price points? What kind of packaging? Well, then it's like, all right, well, I've got prototypes now. I want to get some more feedback. So they go again. And then they go, it's like, all right, now I'm, startup mode and I've got industry, I've got inventory coming in. So there's different stages on what they're looking for at any given time.
Absolutely. I mean, and like you said, it's throughout the entire process. And many of these shows are very easy to get into, to get badges for, and just be able to just walk the show and just see how are things laid out, who are the people that you can talk to, and it's just absolutely fantastic. It's an unbelievable opportunity.
So how does an inventor find the right trade show?
The easiest way to find the right trade shows, well, number one, Google it, and you'll see all the various trade shows that come up. But I would also say whatever type of product that you have, whether it's a pet product, plumbing product, even a golf product, whatever the case may be, go to the retailers that actually retail those types of products, and the store manager be more than happy to tell you what are the trade shows that their company actually attends. And that would be a great start to really seeing where you need to go. And in many cases, it's multiple trade shows.
Right. And one of the things that I've watched inventors over the years learn is that if they hire a marketing team, they never really have their own eyes. They don't really know what's being done. But if they're at a trade show, now they've got their own eyes on the process. They're involved in the process. And for an inventor trying to launch a product, they need to be involved.
You're absolutely right. And Rita, you and I have had many conversations about this over the years that the person that knows your product the best is you as the inventor. And you need to understand, you may not be an expert at it, but you need to understand all the aspects of inventing and how to get that product to market. And trade shows are just an absolutely superior way to get that kind of information and that knowledge.
Well, it's funny because until you've tried to do the marketing and the selling yourself, you don't appreciate what the licensee is going through doing it for you.
That's absolutely right, and it's a great place to find out who the people are that are at the trade shows that are looking to license products. And, a lot of this is about personalities, too, and not only is your product a good fit, but are you a good fit with that company that you want to license to, and are they a good fit for you? Do you feel that they're a respectable organization, that they would really, discuss openly what they're planning on doing with your product? It's a really great way to try to figure those types of things out.
All right, Mike. Hey, thank you so much, Mike. Man, time just flies when you're having fun, huh, Mike? Hey, give us, how can we learn more, find you, Mike?
Absolutely. You can check out my LinkedIn profile, and people can also email me at michael.innovation@att.net.
And obviously they can get through Rita's website, inventor.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Rita's website as well.
Great. Well, we got to run. Thank you so much. We're going to have to take a short break. We're going to be back. Me and Rita's going to close up the show. We got some breaking news here, so come on, stay tuned for the very best in home improvement information education. That's what we do here each week and every week, me and the Inventor Lady herself. So we're going to step away, pay some bills, and we both will be right back. Yay!
To Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HometalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HometalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Yay! Welcome back, Rita. Wow, what
Yes,
some
sir.
great guests. Great guests. Hey, but give us a little tease of what's going to happen on next week. Do you have anything lined up next week? I'm sure you do.
We do. We're actually talking about kind of fine-tuning some of those early steps. All right, so, what is the early steps of prototyping? What can you do out of Legos and duct tape? What are we talking about as far as the money goes and how much it's going to cost? So we're going to kind of drill down a little bit on those early steps for our inventors.
Well, give us that website, the Inventor Lady herself's website, a little bit about you, your website.
InventorLady.com. We are easy to find.
Say it one more time.
InventorLady.com.
All right, on behalf of the Inventor Lady herself, I am the Cajun contractor Michael King, the originator, not the duplicator. Please don't accept no substitutions. Right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network, streaming live on the World Wide Web at the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. All right.
Home Talk USA with Michael King is produced by Home Talk Media in association with King's Broadcasting Network and Genesis Communications Network. Broadcast and streamed live from the great state of Louisiana. Host and producer, the Cajun contractor, Michael King. Executive producer, Michael Mellinson. Affiliate and sponsor relations, Joe Spera. Comptroller, Sheila Gregoire. Assistant producer, Christian Bethencourt. Board operators provided by Genesis Communications Network. And I'm your announcer, Kevin McCarthy. Music includes King's Creole by Prolific Arts, Cajun Jam by StockMusic.com, and Zydeco City by Steve Rice. Home Talk USA with Michael King is sponsored by Bonide, pest solutions for your home, garden, and lawn. Decorators, take outdoor living beyond ordinary. Aztec Washer, innovative roofing solutions. Seal it right, seal it tight. Trimislab, replace rotten or missing wood with Trimislab expansion joint repair. Masonry Cosmetics, change the color of any porous masonry with proven masonry staining. Green Products Company, #1 in wood preservatives. Preserve, protect, and clean what you value, and most of all, make it last. Bond Products, manufacturers of InstaBind, the world's first do-it-yourself carpet binding solution. Deckrite, life is tough. Make your exterior flooring tougher. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Home Talk USA with Michael King. Until next time, visit us at HometalkUSA.com. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HometalkUSA.com.
Yay!